So welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna weld this piece in here. It's gonna be our last one. Got the other three done. I gotta weld two more pieces on our plates. And I'm also today gonna try to, I got this new 3/8 DeWalt 3/8 impact. I thought for shits and giggles, man, I would try to tap that hole with an impact. So yeah, we'll just go with one of these here. Just work it on in there and see if it's possible to do it with the DeWalt 3/8 impact. This thing's got 300 foot-pounds of torque, man. It works really well. I did a lot of research, and sure, you can get the bigger one for $50 more, but I hear about it breaking off bolts also, and when you're putting tires on and what have you. So the 3/8 was $107 for the tool only, and I thought it was a pretty good deal. It worked out pretty good just for doing minor maintenance work. So alright, let's get started. Weld this plate in here and we'll go around. We'll tap these two holes, and then I got one or two more plates to put the bolts on. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. I think my last video was on a Sunday. I'm a UPS feeder semi driver, and man, we just got off 70 hours last week, so we're down to 60 starting this week since Christmas and all that's over with. So I have a lot more time to post more videos, and hopefully I'll start editing them and making them a lot more entertaining to watch for sure. Oh, that ain't good. And this one's a little bit bigger than the rest of them. Also got a burr there, or a heavy seam weld. Looks like it's just that seam. Pain in the butt. Alright, I think that'll work. I think the gas was up in my torch yet from sitting. Yeah, I've been a welder my whole life, and decided to get into truck driving. My cousin told me what he made at UPS, so it took 2 years. Well, they dropped it. They told me it took 2 years before I could even apply. So then they dropped it, so I got in at 16 months. I got in at UPS. So yeah, it pays, sad to say, but it pays so much more than welding. So now this is my hobby. I mean, truck driving is all 100 grand a year, and welding is always 50 or 60,000 a year. So I made the choice, and glad I did. Now this is my hobby. Make sure she's square. Sure she didn't pop up. Check it one more time, because you can take a metal hammer and make sure it's down the way you want it. See, the reason why I chose metal is it don't have any bounce back, so it'll force it down, versus that rubber mallet, you know, it's just this too delicate. It's got too much bounce back. So it got about maybe a 10 or 15 thou gap on this side here. So I'm trying to hit this side down. It's probably too much. Damn it. So hit that down too far. I don't know if this will work, but we're going to try to heat this up and force this back. Doesn't feel like it moved, but it don't need to move much. No, it didn't give us what we needed. Now we're going to take all of them down. She's flat now. Wait a minute. I'm in this, they made this what they call a bonus room. They put the counters and kitchen sink from the upstairs down in here, and made a real nice room. This used to be the garage. They closed it off. I thought I was going to open it back up, but man, they put tile down on the floor and it's so damn slippery. I don't know what to do yet. So I'm going to have a pole barn or something built down there in the property this spring. So I'll bring you guys along so you can follow along. That should be a fun project. Mild steel is one of my least favorite metals. It's really, really messy and doesn't weld the greatest. Welds easy, but it doesn't weld the greatest. You want to weld something good, weld something full of nickel. That's where it's at, man. It'll be super nice. Even when you grind it, don't have no sparks coming off or nothing. We're inking now. Found my clamp. Where is my clamp? Here it is. So yeah, if you guys know any other projects you'd like me to build, I got a barbecue grill on a trailer I bought from an auction. So I'm gonna do some crazy stuff to that and hopefully bring you guys along on that. That should be a pretty cool thing to do. So I've got a gap. Hell of a gap. You can hear that welder increase the fan in it. It's got one of them smart fans in it. Such a good welder. Highly recommend the Dynasty 210. I think out the door I paid $2,900 for it all. But it's a good investment. Go back over this now that I got the gap filled in. I'll go back over it and make it look a little bit better. for a lot of this, full welds on everything is, you know, when you have something with gaps and where you just tack it and anything, you know, spiders and such will crawl up in there, and when you wipe it down, it'll get moisture and water in there, and it's just more places for it to rust. So when you paint it, it's all sealed in. This right here will keep oil on the hardware, and it should be good to go. The only thing that I wish I would have did different was, where is it at? Here it is. I wish that instead of the hex head, I would have used a socket head. Then you could have put a wrench up in there and adjusted it. When it's got all that weight down here on the ground, you'll have to pull up on this to get that adjusted, which it might not be too bad, but it would have been easier to lay a 9/16 wrench on there and just gave you a little assistance. Alright, that's all done. So now we're going to let this one dry, and we'll go ahead and drill and tap that one. Or not drill it, but use the impact on there and see how it does, man. Hell, if it breaks a bit off, whatever. We'll fix it. Since I just drilled and tapped that, since I just welded that one, you don't want to tap it while it's that hot. We'll have to come back to that in about an hour. But I'll go ahead and show you guys on this one here. Let me scoot the camera over. Slide it over. There we go. So yeah, you don't want to drill anything that hot. So I'll put our oil on here. Is this recommended? No. Am I going to do it? Yes. Oh, when you're at a shop, you know, and you got 100 holes to tap, you got to figure out a shortcut, man. You want to make sure that this is straight, like I was telling you, because you only got one shot at that. Oh yeah. Boy, put it right in there. That DeWalt ain't no joke, man. I love the DeWalt tools. Milwaukee's are pretty amazing too, but once you make the investment of the batteries, you got to go with one or the other. Uh-oh. Tool skipping over this thing. Let's see what else we got. Some 8. I don't have no 12 points. bills. And we was almost through. Well, I guess you'll have to get a 12 point or something on there. That 6 point was just skipping right over, but man, it was working pretty good. It was done. I was trying to use a 9mm 6 point on there, so you might want to use a standard 12 point or something because it just skipping right over. But it was there, it was done. Socket couldn't take it no more. So yeah, I've used an air wrench at work on them. The air impact and did them. So yeah, it definitely would work. He was in a big hurry and had a lot of holes to drill. No big deal. At the top. Still got some stuff in there. There we go. Find center on this. It's 2 5/8, I think. You guys have to post on the bottom and let me know what your favorite welders are, and maybe we can talk about them one day. That one has the pulse weld and everything on it. Does all the good stuff, and but I only used pulse welding when I did stainless, and that was just if I preferred it. You know, there was no jobs that I worked at that really required you to use pulse. Runs aluminum. I did a boat project and did a lot of aluminum on there. I maxed it out at the 210 amps and welded AC all day long with it, man. It was loud, but I did a good job. Choose the 116. Have to hold it down to keep it from raising up. There's one done. Not the prettiest, but I don't think anybody's ever going to look at it down there. Ooh, that stuff is hot. Well, on this one, a little bit more. There we go. Screw these in here, and that's like a heat sink. It'll draw all that heat right out of it. also tighten up in there for a little bit. That's it. I got to let that one cool down, and once I get that one cooled down, I'll flip it up. I'll make another video on turning it upside down, putting it down for the first time on the ground, leveling it out. And I've got these cross members that I'm going to put in there, so it'll give me more stuff to button the wood table into. I'll show you a better view of that. This hand plane, I got it from the auction. I know last time I didn't get in the video that good. But I got it from the auction, or not the auction, the flea market, and you know, it was old and grungy, and I cleaned it up. I used CLR, put it in water with CLR, and it ate all the rust and everything off. I've been sanding on it, trying to get it more flat, but you could see all the, you know, it's definitely got some patina on it. It's missing some pieces here, and I had to glue this, or not glue it, but put some wood filler back in here, and sand it all down, and I need to sharpen the blade one more time. But yeah, I'm going to try to hand plane that top by hand, like old Wrangler Star and what's his name, Paul Feller, Paul Simon, or whatever his name is. So yeah, them two guys there, they build the poor man's workbench, so I'm doing the same thing, but a metal base. So yeah, thanks a lot, and follow along. If you got any questions or comments, just post them at the bottom and I'll get back to you. And I hope to post another video today. I know I'll post another video today. I'm going to let this cool and tap it out and get everything together, and then we'll make the next video putting the cross members in there. And I'll go get the wood today, and we'll get the top done and get this project finished up, you know. So, alright, thanks.